What's going on? It's your boy Summer at Summer's Domain on Twitter. Just the other day, I was saying Meek Mill has been hyping up Dreamchasers 4 for entirely too long. It's a mixtape. As far as we know, it's a mixtape. And he's been hyping it up on Instagram since like the summer, pretty much. I felt like that's entirely too long just to hype up one mixtape. And at the same time, he's hyping up some of these snippets, and the ones that are getting the most traction are the ones where he's supposedly dissing Drake. So he's not over that. But the tweet came a couple hours before he actually put out a new EP titled 4/4. There's 4 songs on it. And there's songs that he's previewed in the past on Instagram. I think it's a good thing that he put out this EP because we've been wanting some new music after all the snippets and stuff, and B, he's been recording Dreamchasers 4 for so long that some of these records otherwise would probably just be shelved and never heard. But here we are, and here's the 4/4 EP. I think it's a perfect warm-up for Dreamchasers 4 whenever that decides to drop. I liked Pray For Him and Gave Him Hope as the 2 records that really stood out. And now the majority of this review is going to be focused on the fact that he's throwing shots still. So let's start with Drake. He throws some shots at Drake on I'm the Plug. He also throws a very odd, weird shot at Nicky's ex, Sarafi, and it just doesn't make sense. Here's the line. He said, "I got the pussy the same day she made you eat her out." He said that. And at first, a lot of people were thinking, why would he say that about Drake? Was Drake really doing that? But then I thought more about it, and it has to be Nicky's ex. It only makes sense. And like prior lines before that, he kind of brags about how he had to do so much to get Nicky, while Meek didn't really do much and got her. I think it's like the perfect example of why Meek Mill needs to be censored more. He needs people in his corner to be like, should you really say that? Because the only thing that I took away from that record is that it makes Nicky look bad. It makes Nicky look bad over everything, and that's one of the things that I just didn't understand about the line. I guess from a standpoint, maybe if they weren't together, I can understand why it would be, a little bit more. I don't know what the word is. It would have more of an impact, I guess. But they're still together as far as we know, so it makes Nicky look bad. And I wonder what Nicky thinks about this when she listens to this type of, music from Meek Mill. And I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the Drake shots on I'm the Plug because it's just a played out scenario. I don't understand the whole still going at Drake, 6 months later. You just take the L and move on. That's all you need to do. But unfortunately, he's probably not going to do that. We're probably going to hear more about it on Dreamchasers 4. The only difference is we'll have more songs to pick out from. Personally, I'm going to skip a lot of the Drake diss ones, or at least not keep them after I listen to it enough times. I'll probably, put those in the recycle bin. And there's another shot at another artist, 50 Cent. First off, do not go at 50 Cent. 50 Cent is not the artist that you go at because he's not going to come back with like some fire diss record, at least not in 2016. But he's going to come back with comedy. He's going to be relentless, on Instagram. That's what he does. That's what he does in interviews. And there's really no way to beat 50. Like, the whole basis of Meek Mill throwing shots at 50 on Gave Him Hope was to make fun of his bankruptcy, which still I don't get how him and Rick Ross can make fun of it, knowing that 50's not actually broke. He's not in any financial trouble whatsoever. It's just a very smart tactic on his behalf. So I don't know. Maybe they just don't understand the concept of what 50's doing, and that's why. But from someone who can understand what he's doing, in order not to pay Rick Ross's baby mama, among other things, it makes a lot of sense. And then he also throws some allegations that Vivica A. Fox threw out that 50 Cent is gay. And I don't know. I just think I thought the lines themselves, obviously Meek doesn't mention names. He's good with the subliminals. So he doesn't mention 50's name, but you can tell it's 50 if you break down the lyrics. And I thought the lyrics weren't bad. They might even be better than anything he's responding to Drake with. But at the same point, it's like, do you really want to go against 50? Do you really need that attention? Just put out some good music. And I feel like I'm conflicted because he put out some good music, but it's going to get overshadowed by the fact that he's mentioning 50 Cent and Drake. That's what all the blogs are going to post about. That's what everybody on social media is raving about. They're not focused on a record like Pray For Him or Gave Him Hope as much. I mean, Gave Him Hope for the fact that it has a 50 disc, but other than that, I don't know. One other line I wanted to highlight before we wrap it up. Pray For Him, he said, went to jail, then I came home and I got rich. Damn. Went back to jail, came back home and I got Nick. I like that. I really like that. Because it shows Meek Mill's hustler spirit. You know, and it's exactly what he did. He was in jail, he got out, he signed to Maybach Music, then he experienced more troubles, had to go back. Came back home and within the month he was dating Nicki Minaj. That is a really good thing. He deserves a round of applause for that line. Other than that, it's a solid EP. Like I said, it's gonna get overshadowed by the fact that he's mentioning Drake and 50 and to a lesser extent Nicki's ex. So I'm still excited for Dreamchasers 4. I'm hoping that it's a really good project altogether with minimal disc records. We shall see whenever it does decide to drop. Let me know what you think about the 4/4 EP in the comment section below. Do you think Meek Mill should still be mentioning Drake? Do you think he should be dissing 50 at all? Let me know in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SermonsDomain. As always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.